always when we would go to her house and leave, she would like, you know, let the other kids get out the door, pull me aside, give me some extra food or some money, you know what I mean? It was always like Jamaican food. And when she would get mad at us, you know, the patois would come out and all that. I was in the Navy and as well as the Army.
Oh yeah, so how was it growing up with a military parent?
It was definitely strict at moments, but I believe that's the reason I'm able to be successful and a professional player. Just the way he raised me and just the minor details in life to focus on those things and just having like a certain attitude towards sports.
All right, and seeing that he was in the military, that doesn't mean he was gone a lot of time. Do you think at points in time football would have been a way for you to stay close to him while he was away, or keep your mind off the fact that he was gone?
Yeah, it's a very good point. He was deployed twice, once to the Emirates when I was younger, and then again, I believe to Iran or Iraq, one of them. But it was definitely a getaway for me when he was gone. And thankfully for my mom, there's four of us, four children. So my mom was alone at those moments and she would drive us all to the different events we had to do and stuff like that. But definitely, I think football played a huge role.
All right, Marlo. So we are connected through our Jamaican base, let's say, right? So I want to talk to you a little bit about that. Tell me about, the influence in your home, because your father was away a lot, but your mom is Jamaican. That means that you are your mom. I'm not sure if she's from Jamaica or your grandmother from Jamaica, but tell us about the heavy Jamaican presence in your household.
Yeah, I was very happy because my mom grew up and lived till she was about 20 in Jamaica and then came over to the States. She was in Kingston. So, I mean, just even like the food in the house, it was always like Jamaican food. And when she would get mad at us, the patois would come out and all that stuff. So, and I'm probably the closest to my mom out of the four children, I think, because I spent a lot of time with her while my dad was away. And just even now, like we're always speaking. So I think I was able to pick up the culture a lot through her. And then I spent a lot of time with my grandma as well. So I was able to kind of get that culture in.
Ask about the siblings. Like, speak to us about your siblings. Where did you fall in the four? First, second, third, last?
I'm the baby.
Oh, you're the youngest.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that means you are probably the furthest removed from Jamaica, or would you say you're the closest to the Jamaican culture?
I definitely think I'm the closest.
Okay.
Yeah.
And sports? Did your brothers and sisters play sports?
Yeah, both of my brothers played basketball growing up. I think no one else played soccer. My sister did, but she only played for like one season. She actually became a cheerleader and a dancer and was one of the cheerleaders for like the college basketball team. So she's into sports, but totally different type of sport. I was really the only one into football.
All right, something that stood out to me a while ago. Everybody know that the Jamaican grandmothers are a heavy part of the family.
Yeah.
And depending on your family structure, there's a dynamic there between the youngest kid and the grandmother. Tell us about the discipline or the favoritism, something that's there. Give us an insight into that.
Definitely, I was favorite, like hands down. Couldn't really do wrong. Always a favorite. Always when we would go to her house and leave, she would like, let the other kids get out the door, pull me aside, give me some extra food or some money, you know what I mean? So that was always funny with her growing up.
That sounds like a Jamaican grandmother for real. Who was a disciplinarian?
I think my dad and my sister also was very, I don't know, she was very strict with the other siblings as well, always keeping us in line.
Yeah.
All right.
So your footballing career now. So you said your father basically put the ball at your feet now.
Mm-hmm.
When was the first time you'd have played like organized football? What's the youngest age you'd have played football as an organized?
Organized, I'd say 6 or 7. Yeah.
Tell us more about that.
Actually, my dad was my coach growing up in those ages. I started when I was, let's say, 4.
Yeah.
Between 4 to 6, it's just kind of that kick around with the small net. but my dad was my coach, I think, until I was about, let's say, 10 or 12. And then obviously, like, the military got in the way. And I was going into more of a level where I needed not that my dad's not a real coach, but a real coach, you know what I mean?
Yeah, professional.
Yeah. But he never left my side as far as like the coaching. He's actually flying out here to Budapest tomorrow with my mom to watch the cup final.
Nice.
So was this at the club level when you started out, or was it in what was it, elementary school?
Yeah.
Which
Elementary school.
Oh, you already played for your school.
All right, a question now. Did you always know, or did your parents always know that you would be a professional footballer? Were you always the standout in your group? Or were you a late bloomer?
No, I was always kind of a standout. I say that in like a humble way, but yeah.
All right. I saw that you played at the collegiate level. Talk to me about that.
No, but even before then, I want to talk to her about her progress towards college.
Let's do it.
Not everybody plays Division 1 soccer. Like that's rare air. So talk to us about your junior year, your senior year, and what was it like playing in high school, leading up to your soccer in university.
Yep. So I played in one of the best clubs in the U.S. In the high school, and as well as for my high school varsity team from my freshman year. So that was always a bit difficult because I would run from training to training. I would go from high school training from like 3 to, let's say, 4:30, have a little break, and then have my club training from 5 to 8 or whatever that time would have been. So I think that extra training really helped me in a way of preparing me as far as the load going into college. But I would say I was always in one of the top clubs growing up, and definitely always had in my mind what I wanted to achieve as far as playing D1 and professionally after.
So in high school, you knew that you were striving towards becoming a professional footballer.
Yeah, I think I knew from like 7th, 8th grade that that's exactly what I wanted to do.
What was the recruitment like to college? All right. Did you only have one option?
Tell her about your offers. How was your Gmail looking at the end of senior year, beginning of senior year? We're curious.
Yeah, that was a fun time, I'll be honest. And back when I went to college, they actually like sent the letters in the mail.
Oh.
I'm dating.
I think you just made yourself, right?
Yeah, right.
Because we were like, tell us about how your Gmail is looking.
Yeah.
Like this. So yeah, tell us about how did you feel getting emails, and like how many offers did you get?
I got loads of offers. In the beginning, when I was just getting into high school, I would get like the smaller D3 schools. And I remember I was so excited, but my dad and my mom were like, in a nice way, they're like, oh, like kind of push those aside because we know some better ones are coming.
Yeah.
So for me, like the first one I got, I remember it was like a D3 school. I was just so stoked for it. And then towards my junior year, the real ones started coming in, the top D1 schools like Maryland, Georgetown, Boston College, Boston University. And that's when I really started to get like, wow, okay, this is actually going to happen. It's up to me to actually pick a school instead of wondering if a school would pick me.
Yeah.
But I always told myself I wanted to play at the best school possible. So if I look back at how I went about picking a team, I just picked the best football school, which was Florida State, where actually Jody goes now.